Hi guys, it's Emily with Evolve, and last week we talked about fear and pushing through the challenging things in our lives that we're afraid of, and how the things that we fear the most are the things that we need to push ourselves to do. This week I want to talk to you about keeping going with that sort of theme, but in a bit of a different way. I want to talk about trust. Now, I know that it can be challenging for us to trust others because of our past. Maybe we've been let down or hurt, neglected. Those feelings are all very real. However, today I'm talking about self-trust. How many times have you let yourself down, hurt yourself, or neglected yourself? I know that for me, the list is 1,000 miles long, and the work that I had to do and continue to do to repave that road was long and hard. Now, trusting ourselves enough to push through the fear starts by doing little things like looking in the mirror and finding something wonderful to praise ourselves for rather than beat ourselves up about. It starts by telling ourselves how much we do instead of looking at the laundry list of things that we haven't yet accomplished. It's finding a way to be proud of the parent we are rather than beating ourselves up for not being the parent we think we should be. Trusting ourselves is about being authentically me and authentically you, knowing that at some point it's just not fulfilling to be someone you're not, do things you don't want to do, and have things that you don't really need or want to have. Be, do, have. You've heard that, right? You've heard that before, right? It's in nearly every spiritual and self-help book on the self-help book on the market in some way or another. I believe that we can shift it to make it fit what we're dealing with in terms of trusting ourselves. I love the way that Brene Brown puts it in one of her books. I think I talked about it a few weeks ago, actually. She says, we work on it backwards. We want to have things in order to do things in order to be who we're supposed to be. Now, she puts it much more elegantly than I did just now, but I think it's a brilliant way to think about how we live our lives and how much and how often we don't really trust ourselves. We don't trust ourselves to be who we're supposed to be and then do the things that we know we're here to do in order to get or have the things that we want to have or live our life the way we want to live it. Our self-doubt, regret, and judgment all come from not trusting ourselves at the core. If we embrace our vulnerabilities and we work to trust our intuition, we can do some really amazing things. Now, I challenge you to think about what is plaguing you or making you feel stuck in your life right now. Is it a relationship? Maybe one that you need to let go of? One that you need to put additional effort into? Is it a job? One that you need to let go of or one that you need to put more effort into? Is it your health or lack thereof? Is it your wealth or lack thereof? Is it time or lack thereof? Maybe it's all of the above in some form or another. Let me offer a few words that might inspire you to confront your fear and move in the direction that best serves you. Trusting yourself. Now, if you answered yes to the relationship question, and this is the thing that's, plaguing you, consider this. If you're the person who needs to let go, are you resisting for fear of being alone? That is not trusting yourself to be you. Trusting yourself that you're going to be okay on your own. Trusting yourself to create a new relationship that is going to be fulfilling completely. Recognizing this, knowing it, and taking responsibility for it will already begin to shift things in your life. Now, if you're the person who needs to put an additional effort into a relationship, are you not investing more because you're expecting the other person to do it first? Guess what? They're probably looking for that from you. If they've tried and you've rejected them, chances are they're not going to come back at you, and now you're afraid. There's the fear again of rejection. And maybe you're saying, no, they haven't come back at me, but maybe they're afraid to do it because they're afraid of rejection. Yeah, rejection hurts, but what is rejection anyway? Well, I think it's ego. It's lack of self-trust. Let go of your ego. Trust yourself and give it all you've got. Push yourself through the fear of rejection. I guarantee you, if you give it everything you've got and it still doesn't work, you're going to sleep much better at night knowing you've done all you could rather than protecting yourself from the rejection, staying in fear mode, not trusting yourself, and just letting it be the way that it is, lifeless, unfulfilling, and without love. If you let it be that way, you will have regrets. Now, the same is true for a job. Stop blaming them and take responsibility. Go the extra mile. Put that smile on your face even when you don't want to. Not a fake smile, an authentic smile. And do the things that you know you need to do. Give it all you've got. Do it for you, not for them. Do it for you because that's the kind of person you want to be. Now, maybe your health is suffering, but is there a part of it that you can take responsibility for what helped you get to where you are? Have you not been taking care of yourself the way you know you could have been taking care of yourself? Or do you need to be a victim to it so that people feel bad for you and give you attention? Now, maybe it's not intentional, and maybe you're saying, I don't do it for attention, I really truly am sick, or I've got this thing that's going on. Maybe. But don't kid yourself. There is a payoff there in some way for you, for sure. Take responsibility for what got you to that place. Now, what is it, if it's wealth for you? What decisions have you made or not made that got you where you are? Time? What are you doing that you could be doing differently? You are in charge. Or have you let the infamous they be in charge by giving all of your personal power away? What's my point here? My point is stop passing the buck. Take responsibility for your life, no matter how good, bad, or indifferent it is. It seems like when things are going good, we want to take responsibility for it. We really want to rah-rah ourselves. But when things are down in the dumps, we want to shift the blame to other people or other situations or other things that have got us there. But why can't we be responsible in both situations, in both times? What does that mean? It means trusting yourself, pushing through the fear. The only person who is going to consistently validate who you are, how wonderful you are, and how far you push yourself is you. If you give that job up to somebody else, they're going to let you down. Not because they are doing it on purpose or because they want to hurt you, but because those are big shoes to fill, and your happiness is a lot to be responsible for. And then you're going to be on the roller coaster of emotions, and your mood will depend on who praises you and who loves you in that particular day or that particular moment. And if, for some reason, they should not meet your expectations for that day, you're going to crash, and you're going to crash hard. I've been there. I've been through that. Get off the emotional roller coaster and take your life back. Start today by trusting yourself. Thank you so much for listening. I would appreciate connecting with you on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever social media platform it is that you like the best. Find me, connect, tell me the ways that you have begun to trust yourself or the ways that you have begun to push through your fears that are in your life so that we can share it with the rest of the world. Have a wonderful week, and I look forward to seeing you next week. Bye-bye.